Hello, my fellow chatterers and book lovers, and anyone else who's popped in because you're curious about what this is, or you've got a bit lost. Welcome, everyone. I am Chatty, and you're at my channel, Chatty the Mad Chatter, where I am going to be chatting away madly about the Read What You Own challenge. This is a challenge that I started in November, inspired by, created by Olly from the channel Criminonlly. And I then fell off the wagon in January after only 2 months in and 8 books down, because I bought 11 books due to reasons, mainly half price at Waterstones was a big factor in that. So I got back on the wagon and I set myself a challenge of 24 books. We are now in July. I've finally finished my Read What You Own challenge. I know. I'm so happy. So I have got my little journal here, which I'm going to show you. So here was my original goal. I counted my physical TBR. Actually turned out it was 169 books, not 160. I wanted to read, I wanted to get it down to 139, which was what it was when I last counted before then. I wanted to get it back down to 139. So I chose to read that number of books, and I started off well. I did some good reading, and then fell off the wagon. So here we have take 2, and I said for 16 books I had. Okay, yeah, so 16 books were either gifted to me or I earned, which gave me 177 as of January. And I needed to read 24 books was the new target I gave myself to add to what I'd already read, plus the 11 books I had bought myself, but not given myself. They were all for going under the bed. So if you don't know, I don't, when I buy books, I don't immediately get them. I put them under my bed and I try and earn them by doing healthy things. So I have to have 7 healthy points before I get a book out. Sometimes I'll give myself 2 points a day, depending on the day, sometimes 1 point. Generally at the moment it's been 0 points because for some reason I just really need to eat chocolate, and I am being very lazy with many things because I have a lot of other stuff going on, so it's not currently working, but we're going to get back to that. Anyway, random aside. So 24 books to kind of counterbalance the 11. So that was my new goal. And these 24 books had to be ones that I'd already got on my shelves prior to me starting this. So anything that I then earned with healthy points or book subscriptions or books that were gifted to me, they wouldn't count towards this. I could still have them, but they wouldn't count towards this. So here we go. I have since read Rumblestar, Percy Jackson, The Titan's Curse, The Hate You Give, Take a Hint, Danny Brown, Violet Made of Thorns, The Vanishing Half, Binti Home, Augustown, War Gardens I DNF'd, but that's still counted. You can't see it. War Gardens I DNF'd, but it's still counted. Now here, this is where I have put my under the bed books. So with the 11 books that I bought myself in my slip up, I couldn't even earn them with healthy points. They were like not accessible to me. But for every 5 books I read, I could then put it into my under the bed space and I could have the opportunity to earn it. So trying to make myself accountable and give myself motivation. So once we got to 5 books, I then had Rainbow Grey and The Battle for the Skies by Laura Ellen Anderson. I could then earn that with healthy points, and I have, which is wonderful. And then book number 10, Onyeka and the Rise of the Rebels, went under the bed, and I have also earned that one. And then I was able to put some books in my shopping bag. So I was able to hypothetically bank a book once I hit the number 10 book mark. So then let us carry on. I read The Prey of Gods. I read Amari and the Great Game. I read Hollypocks. I read See You in the Cosmos. I read A Pinch of Magic. I read Of Women and Salt. I read Binti and the Night Masquerade. And I read The School for Good Mothers. I read Asher and the Spirit Bed, which got me to 20, which means I was able to put The Final Strife and In the Lives of Puppets under my bed ready for me to earn, and another book in my bag. And then Reaper at the Gate, I have now read. I don't know where I'm going here. There we go. The Pale Moon Reflected in Water. No, sorry, The Order of the Pale Moon Reflected in Water. I'm going to go over here. Sorry, I don't quite know where I'm placing myself. We Are Displaced and The Map of Leaves, which took me to 24 books. Congratulations! Do. I reached my goal. As you can see, I've still got some books here. So my plan was, because I did it incorrectly, so for each book, for each 10 books, I could bank a book to, I'm able to buy that book when it's the buying book time. And then when I reach the 24, I'm able to like buy another 2 books. And so that's 5 books altogether by the time I've read 30. So I haven't quite got to 30 yet. So I haven't been able to fully bank all the books and buy them. But having got to 24, I have bought myself some books, and I'm allowed to earn them straight. I'm allowed to have them straight away because it was for this challenge. It wasn't for me trying to be healthy. So I still have a way to go. I have also got here Murder on the Safari Star. So this one I didn't actually own, but this was my reward for, I can't remember what month it was, reading my TBR. So in my June TBR game, I did a mixture of punishments and rewards, and the reward was if I read a particular book, it would count. I could read a library book and it would count towards this. So Murder on the Safari Star was what I got, so it counts towards this anyway. And then I have also read A Sprinkle of Sorcery, and that is a book that was already on my physical TBR, so it definitely worked for this. So I have 4 more. I'm in the middle of 2 books that count, and I have 2. Yeah, I have 2 books for my Journey-a-thon that are on the list that could also count. I really don't think, I'm definitely not going to get to one of them. I might get to the other. So I might hit 39 by the end of July. Oh, no, but I have a buddy read that absolutely would count because I earned it much longer ago than I thought I did. So if I read that buddy read, then I will definitely hit 30 by the end of July. So I'd like to do that, and then I can have my full-on splurge. So I did it the wrong way around. It should have been when I hit my 24. So when I hit my 24, there was like 4 books I could have had. So I'd have these 2, which are my congratulation books, and my number 10 and my number 20. But what I've done is I've just given myself the 3 books for hitting 24. And then when I've hit 30, I have 2 more books that I can earn straight away. So I'm just going to grab the books that I now have. So I have 3 beautiful books that I have recently bought for completing this challenge. So I feel very, very, very happy. So these 2 middle grades. This one was one of the books that was one of my original awards for doing this whole thing. I was hoping to have it finished for February, and then I would be able to buy the 3 middle grade books coming out in March that I really wanted. Didn't happen, but I have now got my hands on Lizzie and Belle Mystery Portraits and Poison, which is book 2. It's by J.T. Williams. It is a middle grade historical mystery, which I'm very excited about reading. And I also have Jamie by L.D. Lipinski, which is a book that I heard of this year. I was so excited about it. Finally now got my hands on my own copy, ready to read it. And this is a middle grade contemporary about a non-binary protagonist called Jamie. And then I have a book which is a non-fiction that I was very excited for, and that is The T in LGBT+ by Jamie Rains, who is a trans man, has an amazing YouTube channel, and has won lots of lifestyle YouTube awards for all of the work that he does in support of LGBTQ plus community, and in particular the trans community. And I got to go to the question and answer session where he signed the book. Look at that little smiley face from Jamie. It was amazing. I had a wonderful time there. I have got a little short about this, which I'll put up here. And there's going to be another video coming soon where I go a little bit more into what these 2 middle grade books are about and my little book shopping experience with them. So yes, woohoo! But I just wanted to show them in this Read What You Own challenge wrap up. So, read what you own challenge. What is next for me? I've lost my page. So, like I said, I'm going to keep going to get up to 30, and then I get another 2 books. And also I have got another book that I need to transfer under the bed. So, The Final Strife, and In the Lives of Puppets, and the Heartstopper yearbook I'm now able to earn with healthy points. The Final Strife I was healthy enough to earn. The other 2 are still under the bed, but I can earn them, and I want to get another one in that slot. So, from my little slip up of the 11 books, I at the moment cannot earn Leela and the Blue Fox, Our Lady of Mysterious Ailments, Akata Woman, A Magic Steeped in Poison, What's the Tea, and Nick Blake and the Remarkables. So I'm going to keep going with the, when I have read 5 books that I own, one of those books can then move over for me to earn. So I'm going to keep going with that philosophy. And I'm going to keep going with the, once I've read 10 books, I can then bank a book to have when I start my next Read What You Own challenge. So I'm going to keep going with the books moving across, but the banking a book, I'm going to wait until I do my next Read What You Own challenge. I'm going to have a little break where I'm not going to go out of my way to go and buy books, but I'm also not banning myself from buying them. So if I'm having a little saunter in a charity shop, I can buy a book should I wish to. And I can also like put some pre-orders in for things because there's some stuff coming out that I'm excited for. So yeah, I'm just going to take the pressure off a little bit, just give myself a little bit of a break. And then, especially because I think in August I have plans for book buying, and I have some Waterstones points saved up that I'm looking forward to splurging. But I think September I'm gonna do this again because my poor bookshelves, there's so many books and not enough shelves. So what I'm thinking of doing in September is I'm thinking of doing another what is my physical TBR, and kind of looking at what I have to read now. So all of the books on my shelves will be counted. So I'm going to count all of them so I know how many books are on my shelves from that point of September. And I am going to say goodbye to some books. I'm going to try and do an unhaul because it really needs to happen. And I think I definitely own some books where I enjoyed reading them. I'm glad I read them, but I don't think I need to keep them. I don't think I'm going to reread them, and they can go on to a new home where someone will love and appreciate them more. I have some books in mind, but we will see how I get on with that. So I want to do that, and then I'm going to count every single book that I have under my bed and include it in my physical TBR, so it's much easier to track what my physical TBR is. So for example, as of now, from me counting as I've gone along, so I've written like the number of the book next to it. So we're on this page, that's fine. So See You in the Cosmos was book number 15, and that meant I had got down to 162. Yeah, 162 books on my physical TBR, and then it keeps going down each time. However, what I'm not counting is all the books coming in, so it's not actually what my physical TBR is. So I've written notes. I have, since January, hauled 56 books. That's quite a hefty number, isn't it? I've hauled 56 books for half the year. I don't know actually how many books I've read in total. Hopefully it's more than 56, or this is not the correct balance that I'm looking for in my life. Out of those books I have hauled, I've read 18 of them. I've also read a lot of library books and books that I've previously hauled rather than just from this year. And I've DNF'd one. So there are 38 books that I have hauled so far this year that I still need to read. So if I add that to the 152 physical TBR books that I have counted, that means 190 books are unread on my shelves. That's a lot more than when I started this. When I started this, it was, for the second time, it was 169. So that's increased by 21. So in September, I'm going to give myself a new goal. So I can't go back to exactly where I was hoping to be. I think I said I wanted my books on my shelves to be like 111 unread or something at the start of the year. I can't remember what I said. I'll have a look back on it. But let's be realistic. I want to chop down 190. I'm going to chop it down to 150. So that means I want to read 40 books before I put more books on my shelf. It's not going to completely work because I'm still going to get my book boxes coming through. And I'm not putting a huge amount of pressure on myself to read loads and loads and loads and loads. I still want to just enjoy my books. But I am going to do the Read What You Own challenge of 40. Which seems a lot, because it's taken me such a long time to get to 24. But what I'm going to try and do is not go to the library. Or if I do go to the library, which is something I have been better at doing, is I take books back. So I get 6 books out, use them in a TBR, and just keep 2. So not so many. So I'm not feeling pressured to read so many. I'm going to try and stop myself on the buddy read front. And just enjoy that other people are reading. And I don't need to read it straight away. It's going to be fine. I can wait. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see how it goes. So that is my plan for September. I'm going to do a physical TBR video. I'll count all the books from under my bed, do an unhaul, reset, and then start the Read What You Own challenge for 40 books from September, with the aim being that I get... Now, that's a bit tricky because I have said to myself that I want to aim for like 8 books a month, not more than that. So I tend to average 10. So technically that would work by the end of December. So maybe I should be slicing that off by 8 and having 32 books. We'll see. Let's do 32, and if I can get to 40, great, but no pressure. Maybe that's a good plan. Who knows? It's not even September. This is just all hypothetical. So possibly 40, possibly 32 books read by the end of December, so that I can enjoy the Waterstone sale when we get to that point. That's the plan. So yay, I've completed the Read What You Own challenge. Not so good, it took me 6 months when it was only 24 books, but hey ho. And why not like really increase it massively? That seems like a sensible plan. Let me know, how are you on the whole book buying, hauling, reading what you have? Do you not care? There's probably a nice place to be. I'm struggling for shelf space, so I kind of need to care, because if you can see here, I have got books on the bottom because I'm trying to squidge them in. We're double stacked here. I've got books, you can't quite see, but I've got books hidden up here. I have managed to preserve my beautiful shelf with my beautiful books. So books that I find particularly visually appealing and also love, I have on this shelf, and it is single, and it is just admiring the books. Yeah, so that's my plan. Let me know your reading. What was the word? TBRs, physical shelves, getting your books down, reading what you own. All your thoughts on that, all your plans on that. Are you still going with this challenge? Have you picked it up again? Are you planning to start it again maybe later on? I don't know. Would love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. You know I love a chat. And most importantly, happy reading, everyone.